Every time you swipe up on your feed, your brain is playing a high-stakes game of roulette, and the house always wins. We think of our smartphones as innocent tools for communication, but in reality, they are highly sophisticated psychological engines designed to capture and hold our attention. Underneath the sleek glass and aluminum lies a system engineered by top behavioral scientists to exploit our deepest evolutionary vulnerabilities. Today, we step inside the digital casino of the mind to explore how social media platforms have successfully turned your daily life into an endless, high-stakes gamble. To understand your phone, you must first understand the physics of a Las Vegas slot machine. Slot machines are not popular because they offer easy money. They are popular because they operate on a psychological principle known as the variable ratio schedule of reinforcement. In simple terms, this means that the reward is unpredictable. If you won every single time you pulled the lever, you would soon grow bored. If you never won, you would quickly quit. But by rewarding you only occasionally, at completely random intervals, the machine hooks your brain in a state of perpetual anticipation. At the center of this psychological trap is a single, powerful neurotransmitter, dopamine. For decades, scientists believed dopamine was the molecule of pleasure, released only when we receive a reward. However, groundbreaking neuroscientific research has revealed a deeper truth. Dopamine is not the chemical of satisfaction, it is the chemical of anticipation. It spikes not when we get what we want, but during the search for it. It is the molecular drive that whispers, just one more step, just one more try, and you might win. This phenomenon was famously demonstrated by psychologist B.F. Skinner in the mid-20th century. Skinner placed hungry rats in boxes with a lever that dispensed food. When the lever dispensed food every single time, the rats only pressed it when they were hungry. But when Skinner programmed the lever to dispense food randomly, a variable ratio reward, the rats became obsessed. They would press the lever continuously, ignoring their other physical needs, completely consumed by the loop of expectation. This is the exact blueprint of your infinite scroll. In the early days of the internet, websites had pages. You read to the bottom, clicked next page, or reached a natural stopping point. But in 2006, software engineer Asa Raskin invented the infinite scroll. By removing the physical barrier of loading a new page, social media platforms created a bottomless bowl effect. Psychologists have found that when people are fed soup from a bowl that secretly refills itself from the bottom, they consume 73% more than those with normal bowls. On your phone, the bottomless bowl ensures you never have a natural pause to ask, should I stop? Consider the very gesture you use to update your feed, the pull to refresh motion. You drag your thumb down, wait a brief second while a tiny wheel spins, and watch new content appear. This is not a technological necessity, it is a deliberate design choice. The physical pull mimicking a slot machine lever, combined with the artificial 1-second delay, creates a micro moment of intense suspense. Your brain asks, will it be a hilarious video, a dramatic news update, or nothing at all? The anticipation peaks in that exact second of waiting. Neuroimaging studies confirm that during this micro-delay, the striatum ventral, the reward center of your brain, experiences a massive surge of neural activity. The brain is firing dopamine pathways in preparation for a potential reward. It does not matter if the content that eventually appears is disappointing. The magic of the variable ratio schedule is that even a bad result keeps you hooked because your brain knows the next swipe might be the jackpot. The system trains your brain to love the seeking process itself far more than the actual content you find. While this system affects everyone, the teenage brain is uniquely vulnerable to its mechanics. During adolescence, the human brain undergoes massive remodeling. The limbic system, which controls emotions and reward-seeking behavior, is fully developed and highly sensitive. However, the prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for impulse control, long-term planning, and consequence evaluation, is still under construction and will not be fully mature until around age 25. This developmental mismatch makes teenagers highly susceptible to immediate feedback loops. When exposed to the constant high-frequency reward signals of social media, the adolescent brain begins to adapt through a process called downregulation. To protect itself from overstimulation, the brain reduces the number of active dopamine receptors. This leads to habituation and tolerance. Activities that once felt stimulating, like reading a book, studying, or even having a normal conversation, suddenly feel incredibly boring. The teenager experiences a localized dopamine drought, requiring even more screen time just to feel a baseline level of engagement. To keep users inside this loop, platforms cannot rely solely on active scrolling. They need external triggers to pull you back in. Enter the notification. Just like the flashing lights and ringing bells of a slot machine signaling a win, push notifications are designed to break your focus and trigger an immediate physical response. The subtle vibration in your pocket or the red badge on your screen creates a sudden spike of cortisol, the stress hormone, which is only relieved once you unlock your phone and check the source. But the algorithms don't just offer random videos. They offer the ultimate human currency: social validation. Every like, comment, tag, and share is a variable social reward. Humans are evolutionarily hardwired to care deeply about their status within a tribe, as social exclusion historically meant death. When an algorithm schedules notifications of social interactions, showing them to you in calculated bursts rather than real time, it is artificially manipulating your primal need for connection to keep you engaged with the interface. This is not an accidental byproduct of technology. It is the core business model. Silicon Valley companies employ attention engineers who study behavioral design, using theories pioneered by Stanford University's Persuasive Technology Lab. Their goal is simple: maximize time on device. By measuring exactly how many milliseconds you pause on a specific image, what time of day you are most vulnerable to notifications, and how quickly you swipe past certain topics, they build a personalized digital casino tailored to your exact neurochemistry. The cost of playing this game is high. When the brain's reward pathways are continuously hijacked, cognitive depletion sets in. Attention spans fragment. Deep working memory is degraded, and chronic anxiety rises. Because the teenage brain is highly plastic, meaning it physically shapes itself around its most frequent experiences, spending hours daily in a rapid-fire reward loop can permanently alter the neural architecture of focus, making sustained attention a rare and difficult cognitive skill to regain. How do we break free from a system designed to outsmart us? The first step is disrupting the design. By switching your phone display to grayscale, you instantly strip away the visual cues designed to stimulate dopamine. By disabling non-human notifications, you regain control over when you interact with the device. Most importantly, understanding the science behind the loop demystifies the urge. When you feel the overwhelming desire to pull down and refresh, you can recognize it not as a genuine interest, but as a mechanical itch programmed by a machine. The digital casino wants you to believe that you are in control, that you are simply making choices to look at screens. But the only way to beat a rigged game is to change the rules of engagement. By stepping away from the endless scroll, by allowing your brain to experience boredom, and by reclaiming your attention, you take back your cognitive sovereignty. Your focus is the most valuable resource you possess. Don't spend it all in a slot machine that was never designed to let you win.